Hi everyone, welcome to ITPK. In today's video, we are going to see the steps on how to create device-based conditional access policy using Microsoft Intune. With Microsoft Intune, conditional access policy can use a device status either deny or grant access to organization, app, and services as per conditional access policy requirement. We can use Microsoft Endpoint Manager Center to configure device-based conditional access policies. The policies we will create can specify the apps and services to protect the conditions under which app and services could be accessed and the users the policies apply to. Basically, using conditional access policies in Microsoft Intune, we can ensure that our devices are compliant and meets the conditions to access the application or services before accessing our cloud services. In conditional access, there is a checkbox feature to grant access to only compliant devices. By this way, we can create a conditional access policies to protect services and grant access only to the devices that are marked as compliant. To take the advantage of device compliance status, configure conditional access policies that will require the device to be marked as compliant. This option is set while configuring grant access during the conditional access policy creation. Please log in Intune as a global administrator and you can use the URL intune.microsoft.com to log in into Microsoft Intune Admin Center. Once you are logged in, let's go to devices and in the devices section, let's go to all devices and let's pick up the first device that is showing non-compliant, right? This device status is non-compliant here. This device is Intune joined, but this device is non-compliant, right? So this device will not be able to access the cloud applications as per our conditional access policy we are going to configure right now because this device is a non-compliant device. Only the devices which are compliant they will be able to access cloud applications without any problem. Now this device is not compliant and let's see the issue why this device is not compliant by going to device compliance and here we can see that this device is not compliant according to the compliance policy we have set and BitLocker is not working either or not turned on or not set up on this device. That's why this device is showing not compliance. Now let's go ahead and create a conditional access policy by going to endpoint security. Under endpoint security, scroll down and let's find here conditional access. Now here we supposed to create a conditional access policy. Go to create new policy. In the conditional access policy, please type the name conditional access policy. Type a meaningful name. I have typed here conditional access policy for cloud app. In the users, let's go to users and group and we wanna select a specific users or group here. In the assignment, make sure don't log out yourself, right? So for your understanding, let me select this group. Don't worry about the group name here. Okay, I've added the group. Now let's go to the next option, target resources. Click on target resources and here we have that select what this policy applies to. Here we want to select cloud apps. On the include tab, use available option to identify the service and apps which you want to protect with this conditional access policy. Let's first choose the all cloud apps and we will see the warning message that don't log out yourself. This policy will affect in Azure portal. Uh, since we are in testing mode, we can select all cloud apps here, and let me show you. If you want to select apps here, go to select. Let's wait until it's loading the apps. Yeah, let's select Office 365. That will include Office 365 application. There are many other applications to protect, and you can select from here. And currently I am selecting only Office 365. We are protecting access to Office 365. Let's select this. You can choose all app as well, right? Please remember that. Now we have selected Office 365 application. In the network, I'm not going to set up any network setting here. If I select yes in the configuration, I can allow any network or location, all trusted network and location, selected network and location, right? So basically, I don't want to configure any network requirement here, and I want applications to run on any network, but our requirement is the device must meet our conditional access policy requirement before getting access to the applications. So let's go to the next option, that is conditions. Also, to make this simple, we are not going to select any conditions, right, in this video. Here we have different options in the condition: user raised, sign-in raised, insider raised, device platform. We can define the device here, that which device platform we need, Windows, iOS, or any other location we can define here. Uh, Location could be same as the network, and we can also define the client applications here that control user access to target specific client application not using modern authentication. We can select browser here or any other options. Let me close this. Anyhow, we can use the filter for devices as well. I will create a separate video how to use filters on devices as a condition in conditional access policy. Uh, Now let's go to the our required option under access control. Select on Click on zero control selected, and here we have already selected, and it's default by selected that grant access check mark is selected here, and here we want to grant access, and our requirement to grant access is required device to be marked as compliant, right? If you remember, we have seen device previously in our devices section that is not compliant because of BitLocker policy is not working on that device, and that device was non-compliant, right? That device will be blocked to access Office 365 cloud applications because that device is not compliant. Until the device is marked as compliant, device will not be able to access cloud app resources. So in order to access the cloud resources like Office 365, the device must be marked as compliant. Again, you can see the message that don't log yourself out. Make sure that your device is marked as compliant. So let's select this. Here we can see the message policies and report only mode requiring compliant devices may prompt users Mac, iOS, Android, and Linux to select a device certificate. Exclude device platform Mac, iOS, Android, and Linux from this policy. So no, we don't want to exclude, and we don't want this policy as report only. By default, the policy will be set to report only. So no, we don't want that, and we want to turn on this policy, and let's go to create. This could take few seconds to create this policy, and the policy will be appeared in the list. Let's go to policies, and here let's search for the policy we have created. conditional access policy for cloud apps. So now at the device and I have gathered the screenshot for you when we go to the browser and when we try to access uh, the Office 365 application or resources in the browser. I am getting the caution get access to this resource. The device does not meet your organization compliance requirement. Open your organization device management portal to take action. So this means that our device which was not compliant, that device will not be able to access cloud resources until that device will be marked as compliant. The device we have seen with the BitLocker problem. So if any compliant device will try to access cloud resources of Office 365, that browser or the apps, that device will be able to access those resources without any problem. So basically, according to our conditional access policy, if this device needs access to our Azure resources or Office 365 cloud apps, first this device needs to mark as compliance. Then this device will be able to access resources on Azure or Office 365 applications according to our conditional access policy. And this error message means that conditional access policy is working perfectly in our test environment and is blocking the non-compliant devices and allowing access to only compliant devices that match our conditional access policy requirement. So that's it about how to set up device-based conditional access policy. I hope you enjoyed this to the point and simple video. Thanks for watching. Keep watching and don't forget to subscribe ITPK. Take care. Bye.